just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set, 230.
Mike, I'm coming.
First carry for James Conner. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up?
Now it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Check.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Walker in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. This is taken at the 18. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he's got room. And he's into the clear. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 74 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Black 20.
Line's 50, line's 50. In your face.
Quarter.
Kill.
Black is that.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Watch 19, watch 19. Watch tight end.
Hey.
Check.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's Roethlisberger. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's a
touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 79 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. There's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down, because where one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Alert.
Mike's 50, Mike.
Easy.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
50's the mic.
No gain on this defense. No. Hey, exit.
Here we go. 50.
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger, and he fires one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, and it's 3rd and 5.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
Kill. Turn up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's Connor, and he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Alert.
Hey. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Go.
All day, defense.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Justin Houston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Set. Like 5.
Get him.
Double bump.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. After the run, Luck on a throw. And able to He'll catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They are going for it. It's locked. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Rolling to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things.
No go!
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the 2nd half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Luck now to throw. Incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to go. It's locked. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. final shot before the break. Luck. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point put through by Boswell. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third and long, it's Locke. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at their own 23. Fresh off the pick six, it's Locke. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Throwing again is Locke. Caught left side by Hilton.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Luck. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Luck. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger flushed to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Take both of them.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Like 20.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Here's Roethlisberger. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Take 2 of them.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Black 20.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 yards, good enough for a first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck, the rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Switzer. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Solid, 5 down.
Kill.
Hey, alert.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Roethlisberger now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the block. Motion. Block.
Take 2 of them.
Check 24. Check 24.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
He's checking.
Alert.
He's checking. Crash. Check.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Check.
Black,
Now Roethlisberger to throw. They'll roll him out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
12 yards there and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 76 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Set. Like 80.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
You got me right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check your backer, check your backer.
Double bump.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jabal Sheard in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Check.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Flash it, turn!
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's counter. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
26-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Squirrel!
50 come on.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get these two. Here, one.
Check.
Lock it back.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check out. Ready.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Luck now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One last throw here for Luck. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field. The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Badgley now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Rivers to throw this time. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 74 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now Gordon on first down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized.
And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go, Keep tight end. Hey,
now a first down carry by Jones. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up On 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And down inside the 15 he goes.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but always so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slip?
That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's...
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 35 yards. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Right now, you got 58. Check 13.
Rodgers to throw again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Open man is Allison, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey, and the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. To throw on 2nd and 10, Rivers. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. 3rd down here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing, Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Rivers now from the 50. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now Gordon. Oh, he shifts past him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Gordon. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense with like 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
We are going. Watch twist.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Got a man, that's Allison. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers get a score closer. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will get them one closer.
27, Packers 13. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A toss play. Gordon. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a game of 5.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
All right, 390. Here we go. Alert 86. Alert 86.
From the 22, Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. And he's got some space here. That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
They'll throw again. Rivers on the screen. This is Eckler. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Again, it's Rivers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Go.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Rodgers to his tight end Graham on a big one. 44 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground? For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Montravius Adams able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going to run. This is Gordon. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.